Let's talk about how I cut an onion. Cutting onions is not the easiest thing to do, especially since you're usually crying when you do it. So the first thing I like to do, this is actually a method my wife showed me. First thing I like to do is just cut off the top. That makes it easy to peel the layers like ogres. The onions have layers. So you want to get rid of the papery layer, and sometimes the papery layer runs like half the onion, that layer is papery, and then the other half like here. So here both layers are kind of papery, and then on this side it's not. So just kind of have to play that by ear. So I like to just peel back that layer. For this demonstration, I'm just going to take both those layers because I really don't like the papery onion. Then, now what I always used to do is just chop it like this and then turn it over and chop it like this and then chop it like that, and that didn't work very well for me. So if you don't cut off the bottom, then what you can do is you can just start to do slices. Don't go all the way to the bottom. The trick here is to keep the onion fairly intact. And then turn it around. You can kind of feel when you're getting close to the bottom of the onion. Okay. Now turn it 90 degrees. We were like this, so just turn it to 90. And then we're going to do the same thing. Here's where things start to fall apart, literally, a little bit. So just kind of be careful. And then turn it around. And then one last slice. Okay. Now kind of resembles like a onion at a steakhouse that'd be all breaded. Then all we're going to do is just chop that into pieces. Depending on how big or small you want your pieces determines how many rows you cut. Go in each direction. But I find this gives me a lot more evenly diced onion than any of the other methods. When you get down here to the bottom, it will start to flare on you a little bit. And then now you've got the onion. Now you can take and do the same, the method you might normally do for the whole thing, just for that last little bit, depending on how much you're trying to save. No, there we go, starting to cry now. Get all emotional when I'm working with onions. And just like that, my onion's all diced. And that's how I like to do it. Go to the next video and we'll talk about what I'm going to do with this onion.